Welcome back, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for taking the time to spend a little time with me. I always appreciate that, man. And what I'm going to do really quick, I'm going to read this quick blurb here from the NHL 19 information. I got this from Polygon.com, so shout outs to Polygon. But I'm going to read this to you really quick, and then I'm going to come back and explain to you, the purpose of this video and my thoughts in general. So it says here, in NHL 19, you'll have a separate scouting budget and will have to fire and hire, and I read that backwards, but it actually says hire and fire scouts with an eye on their regional specializations. For instance, one may be an expert in Russia and Scandinavia, but may have a mediocre awareness of players elsewhere. Scouts will return detailed reports with graded attributes and text descriptions, and there's a fog of war element. So let me read that again. It says, and there's a fog of war element. Any players to whom you don't assign a scout will be blind spots with no hints of their abilities. Let me read that again. Any players that you do not scout or do not assign a scout to will be blind spots with no hints of their abilities. And if you draft someone you haven't scouted, you still won't see their ratings until they play a few games somewhere in your organization. Is that not what we are looking for in Madden? Scouts, and taking it a step further, coordinators and things of that nature. But I'm not going to go that far. Let's just talk about scouting. We all know scouting has been one of the biggest requested changes from the hardcore CFM community. So it leads me to this point. My vision, man, and I would hope that the vision amongst EA Sports is the same. Wouldn't it be best if all of the games, all of the titles that fit under the EA Sports umbrella all had the same features and they all progressed together? The whole sharing of technology, we know that's a big thing that we always talk about, and you're starting to see it with the RPM this year. But I'm hoping the vision is that they all share the same exact structure. You understand what I'm saying? Like, NBA Live and what they're doing with the One, and what FIFA has done with Be a Pro, and what NHL, I believe theirs is also called Be a Pro, and which we know is still lackluster in Madden. And in terms of the scouting, that should be the same procedure for the most part in all of the games. It's just catered to that respective sport. Because it's just frustrating, man, to read these type of descriptions for the game that you might not necessarily play. And it just shows you, it gives you proof that EA Sports as a whole has the ability to create these features. And it has nothing to do with talent. We've discussed this before. It really has to do with, whoever's making the decisions for each individual genre. But to me, the vision has to be that all of y'all games have the exact same features, so there's really no drop off when a guy that doesn't play hockey cuts on the hockey game. It looks very familiar to him. Remember what they did last year when they got NBA Live up to speed, and they basically said it was going to be more or less a copy of what's already done in Madden? Right? So that needs to be the mentality for all of their products. It should be a pick up and play mentality in terms of familiarity. When you go to FIFA, to hockey, NHL, to Madden, to Live, you're familiar with the features and what each particular area of the game and modes offers. The only thing you would then have to get used to is that sport. You would have to learn football or learn hockey or learn soccer, basketball, etc., etc. But it needs to get to a point where all of these games have the exact same structure, exact same features as far as your base features. Franchise mode should just be franchise. And all of the games share the same exact features for franchise. You understand what I'm saying? And I know there's minor differences, but I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Player creation or player mode should be basically the same format for all of the games. You know, and even with FIFA, you know, FIFA had the journey, whereas Madden has long shot. Totally different. But in my opinion, they shouldn't have been that way. It should have been a similar format. You know, Madden should have introduced a similar format to the journey instead of doing long shot. That's just my opinion. But it's just crazy, man. And the reason why I bring this up as well is if you look at the forums, if you go over to Operation Sports, and shout outs to Steve Noah over there. You know, Steve posted this article as well. You'll see quite a few hardcore NHL fans that are not happy with this feature, because they're saying that there's other things within the game, like base foundational things that's there that still doesn't work, or things that are, you know, foundational pieces already there that would have taken this addition to the next level. So it just goes to show you that it's not just Madden. It's everyone in these respective sports, that they're fans, they all have criticisms and things that they feel the game is lacking. So again, to me, the easiest way to resolve that is to make all of these games basically share the same format. And I know I probably sound a little hyper right now, and again, the reason why is because I'm sick and tired of reading a feature that's in a game produced by the same company as a whole, but it's not in the game that I play. I'm sick and tired of that. As much as y'all hear me talk about the whole, I know, you know, whose fault it is, and it's not, all of that still applies, but it's time to be a little more boisterous now. You know, like, I gotta be more, yo, enough is enough. You know, the suits need to hear this stuff. I'm done with the dev level. You know, we're gonna do what we do there in terms of feedback, but now my aim is at a totally different target. I'm tired of, first of all, Madden being the stepchild, if you will, as it seems, with some of these features. But then again, I just feel like the easiest way as a company to progress and make your other games attractive to other consumers is to make them very familiar. I don't know, man. What do I know? You know, it sounds like a very reasonable, you know, idea to me. I don't know. I could just be going off on a tangent. I don't know. You guys let me know if y'all understand what I'm saying, as well as do you agree with that. All right? So that's all I got for you, man. For this particular video, that'll put a bow on this one. But guys, you know, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, cut on your notifications, hit that like button, and most definitely, we'll catch you in the next video. All right, that's gonna do it. But until next time, let me know what you think. Peace.